Attribute number 2, the food likeness of God, part 2. Meditation number 7, satisfying to the human soul. Just as the body has appetites, so does the soul. Appetites for love, joy, delight, awe, security, rest, meaning, etc. Part of God's nature is that His presence satisfies the appetites of the human soul. His grace and favor are not only sweet when tasted, but also satisfying. God's presence is to the human soul what water is to the thirsty mouth, and good food is to the hungry stomach, and rest is to the tired body. Scripture uses various metaphors to describe God's attributes in ways we can understand. He is a rock, a mother bird, a fortress, a shelter, a father, a mother, a friend, a king, a warrior, a son. But one metaphor that is particularly wonderful and prominent is that God is a feast. In Psalm 36, He is the storehouse of food and river of delights that satisfies both high and low among men. In Isaiah 58, He is the feast that satisfies those who call His holy day a delight instead of doing as they please. In John 6, He is the real bread and real drink that satisfies the souls of all who come to Him. In Isaiah 55, He is the milk, wine, and bread offered for free that satisfies so much more than the bread that is not bread. In Proverbs 9, He is wisdom's banquet that is so superior to folly's banquet. In Psalm 63, He is the richest of foods that thrills the soul of David. In Jeremiah 2, He is the spring of living water that satisfies so much more than the broken cisterns, and that never fails, Jeremiah 15, and that supplies our roots and makes us flourish, Psalm 1, and that David longed for like a thirsty deer, Psalms 42 and 63 and 143. In Psalm 34, He is the delicacy that our souls will crave if we just taste and see. Psalm 103:5. He satisfies your desires with good things, so that your youth is renewed like the eagles. What is wonderful about this attribute? This is God's nature. Just as eternality or omniscience are attributes that describe essential aspects of His very being, so is this, that He satisfies the human soul. We often think of God as simply offering good things and commanding good things, but we forget that He also promises to satisfy us with those good things. If we truly encounter Him in a given moment, it is guaranteed that we will go away satisfied. If a person leaves his prayer closet unsatisfied, he has not communed with God. People in the world often find themselves with no access in a given moment to anything that will be satisfying to their soul. What an amazing thing it is to have access to something that, unlike even the greatest pleasure in this world, is guaranteed to always satisfy when it is experienced. What joy is ours to be children of such a God. What effect would it have on your heart if you were to consciously experience God as satisfier of the soul today? Experiencing this attribute. If a person goes to a buffet and walks out starving, then clearly he did not do what one is supposed to do at a buffet. How long should a person stay at a buffet? Until he's full. How long should a person pray? Until his soul has been satisfied by God. Before getting up from your knees, consider, is my soul satisfied? Or am I about to leave the buffet hungry? We are prone to turn the pursuit of God into a mechanized process, like exercise. A 30-minute workout each day will eventually produce results. An hour a day practicing an instrument or sport will bring progress. Put in the time, and you will automatically get guaranteed results. But love relationships are not like that. It is possible to spend time on a regular basis with your spouse and still grow apart. And it is possible to spend an hour every day on your knees saying things to God without actually communing with Him or experiencing His favorable presence. There's much more to seeking God than doing time, putting in your daily 20 minutes. Being present at a buffet is not the same thing as eating, and running through a prayer list is not the same thing as enjoying a person. Our goal should be to experience the attributes of God in such a way that we take delight in them, thus increasing our affection for Him. We all know what it is to have emptiness in our soul, an inexplicable restlessness, longing, discontent, unhappiness, unease, to want something and not know what it is we want, or to think we know it, but to be unable to have what we want, to feel we are going nowhere, that our work is meaningless, that we're spinning our wheels. We know how it feels to lack satisfaction of soul. And we also know what it means to have joy, to be encouraged and happy and energetic, to be motivated and full of hope, such that even trials and suffering barely bother us. And when we have the latter and not the former, it is the direct action of God on our souls. When the thirsty deer drinks, he is never more distracted from the world around him. Lord, teach me to do whatever it takes to experience your presence to the point of satisfaction of my soul's longings, so that I walk out of the buffet with no interest at all in the gas station snacks, worldly pleasures that are so enticing when I'm hungry, but repulsive when I'm full, and that ruin my appetite for the buffet. Father, remind me of this principle whenever something fails to satisfy. When I drink something that doesn't really hit the spot, or have a lunch that leaves me wanting something else, or wake up from a night's sleep tired and wishing I could stay in bed, let that serve as a memory cue to cause me to delight in the fact that you not only give good things, you satisfy me with them. And when I'm satisfied, when something does hit the spot, let that remind me that that pleasure is a sample designed to point me to its source, a God who is the kind of being who satisfies. Help me remember that it hits the spot and satisfies not because of that thing, but because at that moment you have decided to give me satisfaction through that thing. When I have joy and fullness instead of dissatisfaction and emptiness of soul, I know it is from you, dear Lord. Glorify yourself by satisfying your servant. Teach me, dear Lord, that no matter what difficulties happen today, I will be happy and satisfied if I reach this evening having drunk living water from being in your presence all day. But no matter what blessings happen today, I will have completely wasted the day if I have not spent it either enjoying your presence or seeking it. Think. How often do you leave the buffet hungry? Is that going to happen today? Promise to trust today. Psalm 63, 2 through 5. I have seen you in the sanctuary and beheld your power and your glory. Because your love is better than life, my lips will glorify you. I will praise you as long as I live, and in your name I will lift up my hands. My soul will be satisfied as with the richest of foods. With singing lips, my mouth will praise you.